GCC Secretary General Dr. Naif Al Hajraf said that the Gulf Cooperation Council leaders are keen to hold the 41st GCC summit despite the current exceptional circumstances. Earlier, Al Hajraf delivered Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud's letter of invitation to His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Sabah, to attend the summit, which will take place in the Saudi capital on January 5, 2021. Dr. Al Hajraf noted that the GCC bloc is now entering its fifth decade and will focus on overturning the impacts of COVID-19 and restoring economic growth in the Gulf. Yemen's Prime Minister renewed accusations that the Houthi militias and Iran were responsible for the deadly explosion at the airport in the southern Yemeni city of Aden the previous day that killed at least 25 people and wounded 110. The explosion took place as cabinet members were disembarking from a plane that had landed in Aden just minutes earlier on Wednesday. The newly formed cabinet was set to meet for the first time since its formation in line with the Riyadh Agreement. Egypt's cabinet said it agreed a draft bill to allow the state grains buyer, the General Authority for Supply Commodities, to co-found a shareholding shipping company to transport commodities in and out of the country. The company, to be known as Atlantic Pacific Company for Shipping and Trade, will focus on the marine shipping of commodities within Egypt and abroad and will own commercial shipping vessels. Shipping offers are presented in the tender and are often awarded to the state-owned National Navigation Company. Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune returned to Algeria after a 2-month absence in Germany, where he received treatment for COVID-19, ending a period of uncertainty in a country facing a health, political, and economic crisis. Seemingly in good health, Tebboune, who looked to have regained weight since his last television appearance over 2 weeks ago, was greeted by several senior Algerian officials. Tebboune made his last televised appearance on December 13, looking visibly thinner after weeks in treatment, saying he was on the road to recovery. Travelers from 19 countries in addition to the UK will be banned from entering the Philippines in light of the new coronavirus disease COVID-19 variant, which experts fear is more contagious. Labour Secretary said that these countries include Sweden, the Netherlands, Denmark, Ireland, Japan, Australia, Israel, Hong Kong, Switzerland, France, Germany, Iceland, Italy, Lebanon, Singapore, South Korea, South Africa, Canada, and Spain. The same applies to travelers who have been to the places included in the list within 14 days preceding their arrival in the Philippines. Saudi Arabia and Azerbaijan have signed a groundbreaking agreements for $300 million worth of renewable energy projects in the Caspian country. The kingdom's energy leader ACWA Power will develop Azerbaijan's first wind power development in collaboration with the local entities in 3 deals that could herald further joint energy projects between the two countries. At a virtual signing ceremony, Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, Saudi Arabia's energy minister, said that the collaboration was a further example of the long-standing diplomatic and economic relationship between the kingdom and Azerbaijan. STC Group announced the launch of 3 mega data centers in Riyadh, Jeddah, and Medina with an investment value of $270 million. This step aims to host telecommunications equipment and digital good infrastructure, offering higher availability, flexibility, and faster time to the customer, the company said in a statement. STC adopted new generation build technology through modular and prefabricated solutions, affirming business continuity and service uptime. Lebanon's outgoing Premier Hassan Diab said that an FBI investigation into an August 4th explosion at the Beirut port found it was caused by 500 tons of ammonium nitrate. The Prime Minister, who resigned in the wake of the blast that killed more than 200 people, had previously said that more than 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate fertilizer had been stored haphazardly at a port warehouse for years. But a report by the U.S. Domestic Intelligence Agency, which aided Lebanon in the probe, said that less than a quarter of that amount had exploded, Diab told reporters during a briefing. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow and Ankara's military cooperation would not be deterred by the United States imposing sanctions on Turkey earlier this month for acquiring a Russian missile defense system. His comments came after fellow NATO member Washington sanctioned Turkey over its purchase of Russian S-400 missile defenses, and the EU prepared punitive steps over Turkey's dispute with members Greece and Cyprus over Mediterranean offshore rights. Iran resumed normal gas flows to Iraq after reaching an agreement with Iraq on Tuesday over unpaid bills, a spokesman for Iraq's electricity ministry said. Iran's state gas company said it had slashed supplies to neighboring Iraq over areas of more than $6 billion. The Iraqi electricity ministry said the cuts placed Baghdad and other cities at risk of serious power shortages. Turkey's Energy Market Regulatory Authority said that Ankara has begun electricity exports to Iraq through the Solib-Zaku transmission line. Iraq has now become the fourth electricity export destination following Bulgaria, Greece, and Georgia. Ministry spokesman Ahmed Musa denied that Iraq had started importing electricity from Turkey, stressing that no such official statement had been issued by the ministry. A second Taiwan-born giant panda made her media debut, clambering over a wooden climbing frame and playing with sawdust to the sound of clicking cameras. The cub was born on June 28 to Tuan and Yuan, who were gifted by China in 2008 to mark then warming relations between the two rivals. China usually only loans its pandas to foreign zoos, but gave the breeding pair whose names combine to mean reunion or unity. German pilot Sammy Kremer has traced a giant syringe in the sky, flying 200 kilometers to remind people about the start of the COVID-19 vaccination campaign in Europe. Germany officially kicked off its COVID-19 vaccination campaign on Sunday. The federal government was planning to distribute more than 1.3 million vaccine doses to local health authorities by the end of 2020 and about 700,000 per week from January. The Science Alert website reported the astronomers detected an intriguing signal from the direction of Proxima Centauri, the nearest star system to the Sun. The signal is reportedly a narrow beam of 980 MHz radio waves detected in April and May 2019 at the Parkes Telescope in Australia. The Parkes Telescope is part of the $100 million Breakthrough Listen project to hunt for radio signals from technological sources beyond the solar system. Italy's Carabinieri received an unusual request from a 94-year-old man who telephoned their operations center at Vergato in the Bologna area on Christmas Day. The elderly man from Alto Reno told police that he was all alone and that he had everything except a physical person with whom to exchange a Christmas toast. The police chatted with the pensioner and raised a Christmas toast with him before making a surprise video call to his relations. Archaeologists in Pompeii, the city buried in a volcanic eruption in 79 AD, have made the extraordinary find of a frescoed hot food and drinks shop that served up the ancient equivalent of street food to Roman basilica. Known as a thermopolium, Latin for hot drinks counter, the shop was discovered in the archaeological Parkes Regiu V site, which is not yet opened to the public and unveiled on Saturday. Traces of nearly 2,000-year-old food were found in some of the deep terracotta jars containing hot food, which the shopkeeper lowered into a counter with circular holes.